For your company during the course of today. We've had some very good matches so far, but this one surely the pick of the day. Croatia versus Serbia from that very difficult group, Group B. This is how results have gone so far. Spain picking up a win, Russia eventually getting their first win against a Georgia that self-destructed, and then a last-second goal by Greece to beat Romania by 9-8 and ensuring that they go through in their group. And this is how it stands in Group B. It's a very interesting situation. There are a number of outcomes here. If Croatia can beat Serbia, then that means that the Serbia-Spain game becomes a crunch match. If Serbia beat Croatia and Spain beat Serbia, then Croatia could be going home. So it's Croatia that really have to look to their laurels in this one, Alan.
Yeah, all to play for. Hungary, the other major player in Group B. As we've saw, the hardest group of the two groups. And Filip Filipovich, one of the main players in this side, the Serbian side. Not been at his top form in this tournament. He had an outstanding tournament at the World League in Dubai, but by his standards, 5 goals from 3 games is not really the shooting that he'd come to expect. Jan Savic there, somewhat disappointed with their defeat against Hungary here 2 nights ago. Accepted the Hungarians were the better side. They really took it to Serbia on that occasion. Croatia there with Sandro Sukno, one of their top shooters. And Croatia one game to play after this, and that will be against Hungary here at the Alfred Hoyer Stadium in 2 nights' time. And that will be a finale of finales for the group stages of this European Water Polo Championships.
The Olympic champions in the white caps up against the World League champions Serbia in the blue caps. Serbia going to play from right to left in this game. And the first period of the first half about to get underway with the sprint. It's a crunch match for both these teams. Croatia really must win it, or they will be under a lot of pressure for the rest of this tournament.
Dusan Mandic there, the youngster in the Serbian side, left-hander. Good opening swim there, beating Maro Jokovic, the other left-hander on the Croatian side. These guys just under 2 meters tall. And it is Serbia in the blue hats who have the opening attack off the game. Filipovic and Prelanovic there taking the shot.
Pinging off the bar, but I think there was a little bit of contact with the goalkeeper's hand as well. Pavic, the captain, has been solid this tournament. And Pjetlovic in the other goal. Also a quality performer, but again, rather like the rest of the Serbian team, we're just waiting for them to really kick into life. I don't think we could quite believe what we were watching. The Hungarian performance was phenomenal, but they just stopped Serbia functioning at any level, really, in that match.
They did. Hungary played very well, but Serbia didn't really get into the game. Their man-up was quite poor. Opening shot there from Andelo Setka.
I was talking of quite poor.
It was quite poor, indeed. Pjetlovic, Prelanovic. End-to-end stuff in this opening minute and a half. A fair-sized crowd in here to support both these teams. Always a lot of niggle between them. I'd be surprised to see a number of turnovers as they all seek to get an advantage. Georgios Stavridis from Greece there blowing the whistle.
Stalemate in these early exchanges. Congested, tight, packed defence from Serbia before somebody breaks rank. And that shot taken, the foul occurred outside the 5-metre zone, so the shot could be an immediate one. And it is Sandro Sukno that opens the scoring for Croatia.
Yeah, we see the foul given away by Pjetlovic, and Sukno deadly there from this outside 5. very little blocking. Filipovich there trying to come inside, but a little bit too slow. And a good start from Croatia.
So Sukno opens the Croatian account. Very active defence from Croatia, pressing nice and high to break down this Serbian offence. Another little pot pass into that centre forward. And the exclusion, the first one of the match, is to Milakovic. And Croatia will play this next phase a man down. Serbia looking to level the score. Great transporting of the ball around that semicircle. It really is smooth, isn't it? And another little pot pass. They're using these a lot, but one too many.
Croatia back in even with the shot from outside Prelanovic.
Well, he is so valuable to this team. Prelanovic actually fouled himself out of the game against Hungary, so was unable to influence things in the latter stages, but he fizzed that low and skipping it off the water into the top corner. That's clever.
Prelanovic and number 9 for Croatia, Sukno, very similar players, very fast. Common go-to men for their outside shots for both teams. And it's Sukno and Prelanovic who have opened the scoring here, 1-1 in the first period.
Well, as you would expect for two world-class sides, they do have a good fan base. Massive amount of support for Serbia at the moment in this stadium, but the Croatian fans usually give a good account of themselves. Nice little inside pass, but that centre forward easily covered.
The referee just indicating the ball was skipping, so the centre forward was not going to get control of it, so he's not going to give him anything for that. And the Serbian defence was well back to cover it. Mandic, number 2, the youngster on the Serbian side, and the shot from the outside. Snapshot there from Milan Aleksic.
Yeah, you saw this space open up on the near post, but even if he had managed to get it inside, that was well covered by Josip Pavic.
Fair bit of fighting in centre forward as the ball goes in there, and not surprisingly, we see the exclusion. Muslim winning out over Mandic. Croatia with their first extra man.
So Mandic out for 20 seconds. Man up for Croatia for the first time in this game, as Alan says. Can they make it count? Oh, no. Didn't go to hand. Almost feels like it has to build again.
Maro Jokovic, the left-hander, really lets go of that one.
That's ended up in row Z, as they say. Head in hands from a few on that Croatian bench, and not the first time they've shot well over the crossbar. Filipovic with a nifty bit of work to bring him back inside, threatening the goal, takes the shot himself, and the top scorer from the World League already doing some damage in this match.
So quickly things go from one end to the other. The poor shot at one end for Croatia. Serbia counter. Filipovic finds the net. See Sukno just diving over, but he picks his corner. Bottom right.
Quite inventive defence from both teams. You've seen some really good movement here.
It's good defence in centre again. The ball just skipping in. So number 4, Luka Lonka, not able to get control of it. Well, it may look heavy from the defence. The referee quite right not to give a foul. Serbia making the better start to this match. Milanovic here looking for the shot. And Maro Jokovic and Sandro Sukno here.
Just watch how quickly Serbian defenders react if that ball isn't kept moving.
Excellent piece of work from Luka Lonkar. He wins the penalty. He got the movement on Filipovic. He got him behind, he got the ball in front, and he was going forward from Filipovic, pulled him back. So Croatia will go to the 5-metre line.
Yes, Filipovic did look over to the official and nod and say, yeah, OK, you got me on that one. Can Croatia get Serbia? Filipovic taking his time to come back behind the 5 metres. Oh, just gets it under the keeper's arm and into the goal. Pjetovic angry with himself there because you don't get much of a chance at penalties. So if you've gone the right way and you're close to the ball, you're going to be frustrated as a keeper if you don't get something on it. Sukno with his second goal. This is why. Goal-scoring opportunity denied by Filipovic.
You can see the work from under the water. He got his left arm underneath Filipovic's shoulder and was able to turn him.
Two all, just what we wanted to see from this match. Nobody running away with it. Good attack, counter-attack, and excellent defence from both teams. Real drive into the middle. Two players now in the centre part. Bushli heads away for a 20-second exclusion. So man up, Serbia. Oh, nearly. He thought about that pass. Oh, it's great space found again, but that's poor. And great work. Just doing enough to put the attacker off, but again, Croatia just switching off. That came clear to another Serbian player, and they just didn't switch on and get across to defend.
Yeah, the player came back in just as the shot was going first time. They picked up the rebound, and Stefan Mitrovic gets his 5th goal of this tournament. Plenty space for him in the bottom left-hand corner.
So Mitrovic scores. 3-2 Serbia.
See some driving across here from Croatia. Movement on the right-hand side to create the space, and they do. Oh, that was a nice move in centre forward. Nixa Debud.
Not all raw power, that was a lovely bit of finesse, just trying to tip that into the goal. Just getting onto the bar, and well, that is a massive situation, just completely handed over by Serbia. That was virtually a nailed-on goal with the space they had. And instead, it's Croatia that come away with the ball and come away into good space themselves. No surprise to see that shot. Good save from Pjetovic.
Sukno there picking up the loose ball and going all the way down the left-hand side. Inside the last minute of this opening period. Ivica Tučak calls for a timeout for Croatia.
So Croatia looking to make full use of this situation here. Ivica Tučak, the Croatian coach.
Took on the coaching responsibilities after Croatia won gold medal in the London Olympics. Ratko Rudic retiring from being the Croatian coach. He's now moved over to take on the challenge of preparing Brazil for Rio in 2016.
That's a tough ask, isn't it, for Tušak? I mean, that's a no-win situation, really, isn't it? Even gold is just status quo.
There's only one. There's only one way you can go from there. Tušak needs to start by winning some tournaments like the European Championships. Croatia did beat Serbia in one of the warm-up tournaments in Greece, the Sanarzidas Cup, winning by 10 goals to 8. We see plenty driving and plenty movement for this final attack. And they do get the ball into centre, and they will win the... Well, no, they will not win the exclusion. They'll get a turnover, and Serbia will take the timeout.
So Croatia's, more than likely, Croatia's last attack of this opening period. Well, there's classic situations, I think, at the moment where the quality of both teams is cancelling the other out.
Yeah, we've seen some good encounters this morning. Georgia against Russia was a good game, but certainly not the quality that we've got here. As we see some of the action, players try to help their colleagues out. Some pushing and shoving to create some space, some pushing and kicking as well. Rajan now, number 9 for Serbia.
Very, very animated. I think Coach Tušak not too happy that the last chance was squandered. So Serbia to go 4-2, heading into the first break.
Referee just asking Dejan Savic to remain behind the 5-metre line. Serbian blue hats, 35 seconds of the opening period remaining. And we see them driving from the top of the screen downwards and creating a second centre forward. And Croatia working hard and fouling, and then coming back to help out the centre.
Good spoiling defence for the moment. Oh, good backhand, but it's whipped past the post. And the chance is squandered, and because it was taken relatively quickly, Croatia have an opportunity to attack here. I didn't think they would get a really good go at this, but they have. And, oh, goodness me.
That's Pjetlovic, Dusko Pjetlovic on the head. I think he really paid too much attention to it.
Wasn't even attempting to block, just got thumped for his troubles. So the hooter sounds, and that's how things finish at the end of this first quarter. Serbia in a very closely contested match, lead by 3 goals to 2 over Croatia. Welcome back. Not the most scintillating first period, but that does tend to happen between two sides of this quality. They're just kind of feeling things out at the moment, trying to find what works, what doesn't, and also fully accepting of the fact that from game to game, different players will be in form. So both coaches just searching for that combination of players that will give them the 2-3 goal cushion they're looking for at this level.
Yes, and for Croatia, Sandro Sukno, a couple of goals from him, some good outside shooting. Reasonably quiet so far this tournament.
Sprint then, start of the second period, and that's quite comfortably won by Andalo Setka. Haven't seen much of Setka in this tournament in general, so that'll be an encouraging start to him. 1 apiece on the sprints, and there's not much difference in the scoreline either. The centre battle really hasn't developed at the moment.
The clock ticking down on the 30-second attack, but rather unnecessarily. The attention in centre forward's a little bit too heavy, and so Serbia are excluded. Disappointed with that decision.
Yeah, Rajan goes out, another one of those no-look fake shot passes, and sometimes you just don't get it right. I love it. I love all the drama, all the kidology.
That's good work there from Nixa de Bud, getting underneath and making it look like he's being fouled, when in fact he was doing the illegal work. Be justice with the miss there in the man-up situation. And Filipovich now, he finds the net. Maybe he's back on form. 2 goals for him this afternoon.
Another player that doesn't mind having a little word after each score. Certainly let the Croatians know that he'd put that one in the back of the net.
Was a nice shot the way he found the gap in the block, so a lot of work for Croatia to do here. Sukno, number 9. Jokovic, the left-hander, and the good work in the centre there. Nixa de Bud doing the work. Getting number 4, Angelovic in the wrong position, and the ball came in. So de Bud gives Croatia the chance to pull one back. Jokovic, the ball goes to de Bud, and that's a lovely near post goal. De Bud did all the work.
Well constructed, well taken. Pjatlovic looking very angry indeed, but look at the space. 2 players there that ball could have gone to. Went to the nearest.
Jokovic, the left-hander, the provider.
So just having another look through the league table, Alan, and it is desperate for Croatia here. They really do need the win, and if they don't get the win, and then they go on again to lose to Hungary, then Spain and Croatia will be left on the same points. That's assuming Spain lose to Serbia. So it's going to come down to goal difference.
Yeah, most probably will in this group. By far the harder of the 2 groups. Things been already decided in Group A. Italy, Montenegro and Greece heading to the top 6 as we have an exclusion. A little bit surprised with that, with the ball being played in the air. But Milikovic out for 20. Serbia with the advantage.
I think Coach Tušak have exactly the same opinion as you there. Wasn't happy about that because there's no guarantee that the centre forward would receive it, but the man-up situation is converted, and converted well. And some indication here that Serbia have just got a hold in this game. It's that man again, Filipovich. His favoured shot left hand to that near post.
How he finds a space there. Peter Muslim, over 2 metres as a blocker, is well out the water and covering things. Filipovich takes the glory walk after his hard work. 2 goals for him in this period, 3 in the game.
Chance of Serbia once again ringing around the Alfred Hirsch swimming centre here in Budapest.
Jokovic, the left-hander, number 5. And there's lots of work going on for Croatia on that far side, but very little space. Bukic, number 2, not seen much of him in the game. The outside shot from Jokovic. Serbian fans there. Happier of the 2 sets of fans at this point in time.
No value in faking those outside shots unless you're going to dump a pass off, and that's why you see the ball received with the arm already in that cocked position, that loaded position. And away comes the shot. Good stop from Pavic.
Bushley, number 8 for Croatia, bringing the ball forward. Makes his move down this right side to create space for the ball to go into centre. But Jokovic is given the chance, and Pjatlovic Nice save and follow-up from him.
Yeah, that was mighty close, wasn't it, to drifting to Luka Lonka.
Captain for Serbia, Gokic, number 3.
Scrapping hard to try and get the ball back off that wayward pass, but Mandic in the end has to give up possession, and away come Croatia again.
Mandic, one of the players for the future for Serbia. 20 years of age. And here's Sukno. Gets his shot and gets the rebound. And Croatia will set again. You hear the calls of press from the Serbian bench. Luka Lonka up against Milan Aleksic in centre forward. And it's Aleksic that loses out. A little bit too close attention there.
Man up Croatia, need a goal. Good pass and a great finish. Superbly done. Lonka's been working hard here. 27 years of age, very much established in this squad now. Good take, and that's a calm finish as well. Good vision to understand the amount of space and time he had.
Yeah, it was, Simon. He did very well. The Serbian defence moved away from him, thinking he was the least dangerous.
Lovely what happened there moment on the Serbian bench. That was the goal, gentlemen. So Serbia, if they are going to prove that they do have a decent foothold in this match, will attempt to strike back here for 6-4. Maintain that 2-goal cushion that has served them well for the majority of this second period. Oh, just off the bar. Much better work in the block there. And again, the official asking one of the coaches to just stand back. It's Tušak this time. Savic also has transgressed.
Officials just making sure everyone knows that it's a Serbian ball in 2 metres. Pavic turning the ball behind. Big responsibility for both these officials in such a game, and Sergei Naumov there from Russia makes a decision, the exclusion, but the chance is missed. Andrija Prilanovic. You see Prilanovic there going in on goals, but Josip Pavic coming right across to stop it, the captain for Croatia. They are now just defending well.
Disappointing attack from Croatia. There's only so many times that you'll be able to get away with a particular attack, or a shooter will be able to make a particular play. So Filipovic being very heavily covered when he comes into the water, and they're mindful of that near post attack. So Serbia really needs something from somewhere else, hence the attempt to get that ball into the middle. Timeout immediately called, right on that exclusion. Again, quick thinking from Savic. I think all the coaches have got this dialed in now, this timeout, just to set things up at a key moment.
Slobodan Nikic there in for the Serbian as centre forward. First time we've seen him really drawing any action. He wins the exclusion. Jan Savic won the European Championships here as a player in 2001 with the Yugoslavia team at that time. As we see that previous opportunity, Filipovic to Prilanovic. And a good save.
We've had fireworks in the pool today in all sorts of different ways. an amazing game which saw Georgia against Russia, and Georgia reduced to virtually no members of the team left through exclusions and sendings off, coach included. We saw that very tight finish, Greece scoring in the last second to beat Romania. And I would have paid money to be a fly on the wall in that Romanian dressing room with Stanijevic, who looked like he was fit to explode. Another good piece of defensive work from Croatia.
Obviously a move called from Coach Savic there. Ball from outside right to the right post. Just not enough space for any movements to be taken by Serbia. Croatia survive. Now with the ball. Ball comes out to Ndelo Setka, number 11. The referee on the far side, Sergei Nomov, seen something. He's in fact seen a timeout being called by Ivica Tušak.
Yeah, the set move, I've always felt that a set move only ever works, or is only ever as good as, plan B. A set move has to have a plan B, and if it doesn't, it dies.
Yeah, it all depends how you move the defence around, and if they cover it, you've got to be able to go somewhere else, because there'll be a space somewhere else. Interesting time to call the timeout, 1:14 remaining, and already used up about 15 seconds off the attack and getting up there. A few substitutions being made, so obviously wanting to change personnel for the last minute and a quarter. Setka coming out the water.
Another enclave of Serbian fans. They've been making a fair amount of noise. The caps aren't really a fashion accessory, are they? A lot of fans wearing them.
They don't look so good in the stands.
So exclusion for Pjetlovic, man up for Croatia, but not a lot of time left on this possession clock. The shot's got to come soon.
Sukno winds up but finds a post. They go for the double post, but not quite in the right position.
Good try.
Yeah, that was a good thought behind that, but an opportunity not taken.
And I'll very quickly get you to clarify double post.
Just the ball going into one post and then getting passed across to the other one. So we saw the ball going in to the right post and the right post passing it to the left post. Milanovic there takes a shot.
Oh, mighty close. Good little grab from Pavic there. Nice awareness from him. He does stay very calm, actually, in the water, as does Pjetlovic. That's a top goal.
But perhaps a little bit too calm to stop that.
He is disgusted with himself, and I suspect his lack of blocking defence.
Sandro Sukno coming on to a game here. Third goal, third outside shot of this match. I think the cry that he was going backwards for blocking rather than forwards. And obviously never the goalkeeper's fault.
Never.
Never. And right at the end there, Croatia have tied it 5-5 at the half-time.
So not the first game that we've had tied at 5-5 half-time today. And we know what that guarantees. That guarantees us a very interesting second half. Both teams still with their full complement of players and nobody in real danger of being ousted. So we should see a very good contest in the second period.
Yeah, it's been well refereed. Usually you would expect an awful lot more majors in this type of game, but I think the referees have controlled things very well.
More to come after the break. Stay with us. A really tight contest, but that tight contest has meant that there's not been a lot on offer for either team. So we're just kind of waiting for both teams, Croatia and Serbia, to hit their straps and just start to be able to transport the ball in the way they need to create those shooting opportunities. At the moment, there's been quite a lot from the outside, and And that's pretty easy to deal with for the quality of these players. But a couple of very nice bits of skill, that one from Lonkar in particular, enjoyable. And still wide open, still anybody's game, very much so.
Yeah, as we said, some good examples there. The work in the centre forward from debut. But for Croatia, it's been 3 goals for their number 9, Sandro Sukno. And from the Serbian side, 3 goals from their main outside shooter, number 10, Filiп Filipovich. So at half-time, the scores are tied 5-all. Both sides desperate to win this and qualify for the top 6 playoff places. Croatia will have memories of Eindhoven 2 years ago, where they had a terrible time, failed to qualify for the top 6, ended up in 9th place, and actually as a result had to qualify for this tournament here. They knocked out Slovakia in the qualification event.
It's a little bit humbling, isn't it, for
it was a little bit. However, 6 months later they did go on to win Olympic gold, so things improved drastically after that. You can see with the closeness of this match how they can end on the wrong side of the second half of the week.
So very important for Croatia that they get the result here. It gives them some protection in this tournament. If they lose, then they're going to have to really rely on other results going their way. So Croatia win the sprint to start the second half and get the first opportunity to develop an attack.
You see the drive through from the number 3 position, trying to clear things out. And the ball needs to come this side so the centre can get some space. And it goes the other way as there's movement. Excellent work, but the pass not quite precise enough.
Just over the fingertips of the centre forward. Pjetlovic very grateful to just gather that. Was expecting that to be diverted towards a top corner. Didn't happen, and Serbia come away with the ball.
Filipovich there looking for the shot after the foul, and he goes for the subtle shot rather than the power.
See, when it's Filipovich, we don't say, oh dear, what's he doing? that's skill, that's finesse. But we've seen a few players go for those today, and again, it just underlines how difficult it is to score with the lob. And the 2 crackers that we saw from Janovic the other day, they really were top draw.
Too much space for Croatia there, and Stefan Mitrovic will have to go for 20.
Croatia in the white caps, attacking from right to left in the second half. And man-up situation already for them, looking for 6-5. Space starting to develop. Oh, and he's unlucky, but it's touched in. Well, Pjetlovic looking around at everybody, but he didn't react. His defender didn't react, but Lonkar did.
That was a lovely move. Sukno just popping the ball over to Buja Basic, and Luka Lonkar, who's making an impression in this game. We've not seen much of him previously, and he just pushes the ball over the line. Quicker to react than anyone else. Milanovic too slow, Pjetlovic too slow, and the crowd chant his name as he walks down the side, and he gets a pat on the head from Tušak.
Great shot from about a centimetre out there, Lonkar. Waterpolo's equivalent of the tap-in.
Buja Basic, who put the ball goalwards, he's now excluded.
That's an excellent save from Pavic.
Very good there. Milos Cook coming all the way in with a big wind-up. But still, Serbia have the advantage. And they can move this ball with some speed. Got the players back in, but the shot. This time Cook does get the better of him.
And Pavic got quite a big piece of that. So important that the keeper drives at the ball Otherwise, your arms are not going to be strong enough to stop it. A little more passive with that one, and it's gone straight through and off the bar and in. Yeah, pinball.
Definitely one for the goalkeeper, that. The players channeled it right down the middle. Milos Cook gets his 5th goal of the tournament, first one this afternoon.
It's another one of those players whose names we haven't mentioned until now. So will Cook become an influence here? 6-all, Croatia on the attack. Active defence from Serbia, well into the middle. And the backhand hook, defended well by the keeper.
Alexic there, number 8, frustrated that he let Debud get the shot away. But he is a big unit next to Debud. And again, he's going to get the better of him. He's going to win the exclusion. I'm guessing that Debud actually had hold of Alexic's arm, but the referee sees it the other way. Croatia and the white hats have the advantage. And the shot just wraps the inside of the post and comes out.
Dear me, Fiatlovic is a lucky boy. That could have hit him and gone in.
One of these that you say he couldn't do much more. It's lovely movement. And I waited to see if it would go in. And this game coming a little bit more to life as the outside shot goes in from Filipovic again.
It's the same shot. Left-handed, near post, and real power. He's an interesting player, isn't he, Filipovic? Doesn't seem to have a particularly high work rate, but what he does do, he does very well.
You can see the height Tushak jumping in frustration on the bench. And he also doesn't look to be the biggest of guys, but the power he gets in his shot is absolutely immense.
So Filipovic picks up another score for this match, and he's been the main man for Serbia in terms of converting. Again, Serbian defence very active out there on the edge, forcing Croatia to make these passes from a long way out.
Sukno there, but I think they're making a little bit too much of that. However, that was a slow play from Serbia to get back, and again, Debud, he's having a very strong game in centre forward. See the referee signalling, player pulling Debud out of position, and he didn't have the ball. So Radjan's out for 20. Croatia need this one. Jokovic, the left-hander, winds it up and draws the defence, trying to find space on the other side, gets it back. But this time he finds the top of the bar.
Crowd really coming alive now as we head towards the closing stages of this third period. Again, the post is the saviour. Pavic, I have it covered, I think, though. And the pace in this third quarter is evident. It really has increased.
Yeah, it's lifted a fair bit. Serbia were flying up there on the counter-attack. Croatia just looking to settle things again around Debud. But the outside shot not really challenging Fiatlovic. Perhaps not the best decision now.
What a tussle. Back they come. A little bit of a delay here for the Croatian centre forward, so slight advantage if he can't get back in time. There's that space. Oh, good save, Fiatlovic, and they needed that. That was a direct result of that tussle coming away from the Serbian goal. In fact, it was Pavic with the save, my apologies.
So Serbia will set. Mandic in the number 2 in the number 2 position. But the attention in centre back is too heavy. And so Serbia will have the man up.
Oh, it's a third for Milikovic, so he's out of the game. Oh, and off the post again, this time the crossbar. Pavic's goal leading a rather charmed life at the moment.
Yeah, Serbia seem to have been raining shots in there in the last few minutes, but not really getting them past Josip Pavic.
Milikovic, our first player, excluded from the rest of this match. Who else have we got on 2 at the moment?
Croatian side, number 6, Boja Basic and Andrej Bušli. For Serbia, number 9, Nikola Radjan, and number 8, Milan Aleksic. Still plenty of cover on both sides for the remainder of this match.
Yes, some players that would expect to be on the line, as it were, in terms of personal fouls anyway. If they're doing their job properly, you would expect to be on 2 at this stage of the game.
Occupational hazard for the centre-backs.
Šepović squinting into the distance to take a look at the Croatian setup. It's been a very mobile Serbian defence today. They've caused all sorts of problems for Croatia. Just not letting them set as they want to for this attack. But a chance here.
An offensive foul against Luka Lonkarn, centre forward, for using his head to try and get position, but dangerous. And Sergei Nomov, the Russian referee, turns it over in favour of the Blue Caps of Serbia.
This time not sluggish, goes with the attacker all the way. So Serbia's options restricted immediately. Outside shot coming, is it? No, little pass to the middle. Oh, that's great work at the centre forward position, but just couldn't convert it, Pjetovic. Had to do a lot to make this happen.
Yeah, he did. It was a good movement out. Very good movement from Pjetovic.
There's nothing for it, though. Serbia's lead still remains as a solitary goal. Another shot glances the frame. Slightly worrying for Croatia. Their attacking potency in this quarter has been restricted to speculative shots.
And there's one push over the line from Lonkarn. As the danger man Filipovic comes back in the game and draws the save.
Yeah, just for a bit of variety there. Shoots across cage instead of going to the near post.
Inside the final minute of this third period. Prelanovic with the ball, closely attended by Jokovic. And Serbia patiently looking for the space. Croatia just trying to block from behind. And the lob. Good idea, but not the best execution.
Savic not happy either.
A wry smile from him. Setka coming away with the ball for Croatia. Two centres in for Croatia, but they don't really look like they're going to get the ball anywhere near either of them at this point. A few whistles indicates there will be an exclusion. Andrea Prelanovic being far too heavy in the centre forward, centre back position. And so Croatia do have a chance to even things up. 10 seconds of the period remaining. Jokovic, Sukno. The shot from the wing.
Great blocking. Pjetovic off his own defender's head in the end, and that's good work. No wonder the defender and goalkeeper celebrate. I think they can allow themselves that luxury. It means that Serbia maintain a very slim lead. 7-6 they lead Croatia going into the fourth and final quarter. That's coming up after the break. Welcome back. We were just taking a quick look at some stats from the previous games just to get an idea of how many minutes various players are in the pool for. The wings, the outside players tend to play a few more minutes than the centre-backs and centre-forwards.
Yeah, centre-backs, centre-forwards, probably splitting it between 2 or maybe 3 of them. So just looking at the game, and Croatia-Spain, Debud played for about 13 minutes, the main centre-forward for Croatia. Somebody like Maro Jokovic, number 5, pretty much in there for the whole game, maybe just taking a minute or so out of the match. Just reflective on the different roles that they take in each of the matches.
Pavic, of course, and all the other goalkeepers treading water for the majority of the matches for the 32 minutes. And away we go with the last sprint of this one. It's a big, big quarter this for Croatia, and they have easily won that sprint. That was very fast out from Sedka. So Croatia have possession to start this fourth quarter in the white caps from right to left. Serbia in the blue caps. And not quite as much pressure on Serbia in this one. They play Spain in their last match, whereas Croatia have to take on Hungary. And they desperately need to win this game, otherwise there is a very real danger that the Olympic champions will not progress as part of the top 6.
And again, Niksa Debud, number 10 for Croatia, doing a power of work, wins the exclusion. Ranjelavic will sit for 20. And Croatia in the white, looking to find the spaces in the Serbian side. They find the post and they nip it in.
That's a great piece of work. Well, you talked about Debud's work rate, and he really has put in a shift today for Croatia.
And clever as well. He was probably doing most of the fouling. The look away there from Sukno, just pops it up, looked like he was putting it to the wing. And it's Bushley this time, big centre back in the post position, who finds the back of the net.
Good work then from the centres. Debud getting the exclusion, Bushley getting the finish. 7-all, 7 minutes to play, all the 7s.
Bushley makes another mark on the score sheet this time, being excluded.
Very clumsy work, I'm afraid, at centre-back from Bushley. Out for 20 and out for his 3rd personal foul, so officials just letting him know he won't be coming back into the pool. And Croatia need him. That's not a good player to lose.
Croatia trying a similar pop to the post, but not successful, but they are from the wing.
And so good to be right on the shoulder of that shot. Our camera tracking that ball into the top corner, and that's a very good finish from Mandic.
As we see the exclusion now. Jetlovic, number 6, doing the work, and Mandic releases that with such power. Flies out of his hand into the top corner.
Absolute screamer from Mandic for 8-7. Game on again. And Croatia will start to get tighter and tighter as this period moves on. remember, a loss for Croatia puts them in real danger of not progressing to the medal phase. Minor fouls from Serbia here, just to try and slow things down. Bud back in the mix.
Again, what a power of work he's doing. Rangelovic this time. And that's his third. So he'll take no further part.
And, it's a second exclusion. Filipovic has gone now. So this really is an advantage situation for Croatia. There's space all over. Who's going to take the shot?
Playing 5 against 4. Now the Bud's come back into play to make it 6 against 4. And there's space all over, but the shot from Jokovic, not the best shot.
Pjetlovic makes the save.
Croatia just didn't look to get a hold of that attack at all. Didn't seem to have any structure in their play. And a two-man opportunity goes a-begging.
Well, the knowledgeable fans on both sides understanding what that means for their teams. Croatian fans frustrated, Serbian fans overjoyed. Had another shutout on that Croatian attack. And Buljubasic is out. That could be third personal foul for him. It is. So he goes. 3 players now excluded for Croatia for the rest of the game, and all sorts of space in the middle. Now then, I wonder if that'll prove to be a vital miss. You cannot afford to pass opportunities up like that in a game as tight as this.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more of the pass, the straight pass from the outside to the near post. Croatia successful in their attempts, but Serbia not successful there. So the score remains just 1 difference. Under 5 minutes of the match remaining, and looking for the exclusion and winning the exclusion. Filanovic, his second exclusion of the match, and we have another Serbian exclusion. This time Pjetlovic. So again, Croatia with 2 men up. What can they do this time? Still looking for the space, looking to make Serbia work the whole time, but the space has got to open up. It does now.
Got closer and closer, and as the blockers attempted to guess which of those wind-ups was going to be the shot, they sunk lower in the water, and eventually Pjetlovic's goal exposed.
Yeah, Petar Muslim there. Could have let go of it any time, but he waited for the hands to drop. You saw them dropping and the big hole opening. Muslim takes the recognition and reward.
What an exciting finish in prospect to this match. We've already had a last second there. Croatia would want themselves to be the team that makes that goal happen in this match, because they really do need a victory. Croatia in the white caps with the red and white checks. Serbia in the blue caps on the attack, looking to regain the lead. Lonkar excluded. Played pretty well, Lonkar, for Croatia today. Oh, and that little tip on the block, good enough to take it away from the Serbian centre-forward. Great work from Croatia.
Excellent legs there from Sandro Sukno, cooked up for a second time just to deflect the ball to the post.
Now, Serbia have been happy to go in very heavy on these challenges and gave away a couple too many exclusions when they are a little more cautious with their defensive play. They are shutting Croatia down very well still. Decent blocking arm up to channel that ball back towards Pjetlovic's outstretched arm.
Danger man. Filipovic comes in, gets the foul and looks for his shot.
Well, I think we all knew where that was supposed to be going. Croatian blocker certainly knew.
Bushley there, he's finished for this game, along with Ivan Milikovic, number 3 in the Croatian side.
8-all. Just under 3 minutes left to play as Croatia again look for the space. Early shot taken. Pjelic more than up to that, but there's a call in favour of Croatia. Mitrovic. I wonder if it was him in trouble or he that got the block. So possession comes back to Croatia. Another 30 seconds goes back on the clock.
One of the Croatian caps has gone missing. The referee just waiting for a replacement to be found.
Yes, players will play short periods without the cap on, but it is a risk if you play for too long.
So Croatia, plenty of space on the arc, lots of room for them to drive. Sukno, it's been quiet in this second half. Sukno and Jokovic, the left-hander there, and now he finds the ball to the wing. It's still no ball to the centre. 7 left on the attack, and that was a weak pass. And a timeout called by Dejan Savic as Serbia look to take some advantage. 2:20 of the match remaining.
Yes, we're into that territory where these decisions and the consequent attack could be decisive. It's all there for Serbia, but they've been made to work very hard by Croatia. But on the balance of play, in terms of the matches we've seen so far this week, Hungary do seem to be the shining light.
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of imagination, a lot of drive. Daniel Varga in particular, their captain, number 9's having an outstanding week. We've seen him score a number of goals. And we'll see him match up tonight when Hungary take on Germany here at the Alfred Hayosh Stadium in Margaret Island.
Serbia then looking to establish a match-winning position. So the one factor we haven't mentioned is the draw, actually. The draw is okay for Croatia. That gives them a little bit more of a foothold in the group. Serbia would be fine with the draw as well. Looking for a shot, but it's a long way outside. Well, surely, but no, not called.
That was really good work from Serbia to bring it all the way around and draw that space, and very surprising that there's no exclusion called there.
Sukno it was that was trying to get away from his marker. The ball was there to be taken. There was no value for Sukno to try and con the official into awarding that foul.
Maro Jokovic, the left-hander, plays an awful lot of the game, an awful lot of game time.
But the officials are being consistent. Same call for Dobud, nothing going. And 1:20 left on the clock, as Pjelic just puts a calming hand on the ball. Now then, Serbia, this is more of a drive to the goal than we've seen. Initially looked to set that quite nicely, but Croatia have got it covered again. And back they drift into that familiar semicircle.
The foul against Pjelic, you can see him high out the water, using his elbows, a little bit dangerous. The referee, Sergei Naumov, turns it round, so Croatia have the ball.
Big timeout call for Croatia, and the following attack is going to be big for them as well.
Just thinking things through, Simon, I think the draw would probably favour Serbia. Just the last games they would play Spain. Probably fancy their chances more than Croatia will fancy against Hungary. So not to dismiss either of the games that have to follow or prejudge them.
But from Croatia's point of view, a point much better than no point in terms of what may potentially happen following on from that, if they lose to Hungary and Spain lose to Serbia, then that, I believe, will be good enough for Croatia. Will it buy a single point?
It would, yes.
Oh, dear me. You have to get the calculators out, don't you, for the end of a group?
This Group B was always going to be close. Group A far more conclusive in the positions there. Already decided top 3 and bottom 3 after 4 rounds of matches.
Yes, the final round of matches there, effectively dead rubbers, but nothing of the sort in Group B. Now then, massive attack here for Croatia. They're going to work very hard to try and draw this exclusion if they can get it. But if not, they have to find a way of fashioning a shot at this goal, because just the one score would give them protection.
It's far too heavy from Fiatlovic. Diving in there, almost taking Sandro Sukno's head off, I thought.
Fiatlovic is gone. That's his 3rd personal foul. So Croatia have space here if they can work this ball around. They've got the man-up situation. Serbian crowd roaring this defence on to even greater effort.
Croatia being incredibly patient. So Jokovic, the ball to the post, is recovered. It's recovered by Prelanovic.
Too good from Serbia. Now then, very careful management of this last period required. Serbia not in any rush here. Draw would be fine for them.
An exclusion against Sukno. And so in the last few seconds, Serbia will get the shot. Gokic.
Oh, great save from Pavic. Wow. Croatia needed that, but it's still with Serbia. 2 seconds to go. Shot required. Oh, another good stop onto the post. And a slightly disconsolate Serbian bench turn away. Croatia pick up the point, and it's a point that could prove crucial to them. And I think Coach Tušak knows it.
That was great excitement all the way down to the end. Both sides having the chance to win it. And no quarter given in that battle, as you would expect, between Croatia and Serbia. So a draw, 8-all in this Group B match here in Margaret Island.
So Serbia and Croatia still very much alive in terms of their medal dreams here at this European Championships, but at the end of this one, they have to settle for a draw. Croatia's 2nd draw of this Championships. So Croatia with another 8-all draw, replicating what happened against Spain. Still got one more game for you this evening. That'll be in about 3.5 hours time, or 2.5 hours time even, my apologies. But for now, confirmation that Serbia and Croatia just couldn't split the difference. And also confirmation that based on what we've seen so far, Hungary do indeed look to be the team of this group, and it could prove that they are the team of this Championships, but we will see. So it will go right down to the wire in this group. Italy-Montenegro will play next. We're not going to bring you coverage of that. We'll bring you up to date with that result when we come back on air for the Hungary-Germany game. And confirmation in this Group B standings that Hungary looking very good there at the top. And that point absolutely vital for Croatia. Takes them to 8, means that Serbia do need a win. That means that Spain do need a win against Serbia if they're going to have any hope. But never say never. Croatia, of course, still have that shot at glory when it comes down to the game against Hungary. And it'll be good to see Hungary in action again against Germany later on, Alan.
Yeah, it should be an interesting game. Hungary thought they would have an easier game against France for their 2nd game, and that went quite close. And I'm sure Germany will give them a similar challenge this evening. So yeah, some big game coming up later on this afternoon, 8:30.
Yeah, just a reminder of our final live match of this bumper day of coverage from this European Championships, our 5th live